Hello my friends, and welcome back to the rabbit hole, and welcome to my video covering week number 3 of Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty Spring 2023. I feel like if you're watching this video, we don't really need a lot of an introduction. You probably know the whole drill. Just in case you're stumbling upon this video, timestamps and links to every day and every item in the sale are in the description box below. And I think most of you know that week number 3 is usually some of the best items in the 21 Days of Beauty. But I have to be honest with you, I'm looking at all of the products in front of me for this upcoming week, and I feel like it's okay. It's an okay week. If you're looking for this video to push you into buying some items this week, you might be disappointed because I feel I might actually end up talking you out of a lot of the products this week. I guess I just feel that in comparison to some of the past 21 Days of Beauty, this one doesn't have me quite as excited for this week as usual. Anyway, are you ready to get into it? Let's start with Sunday, March 26th. We are starting with the MAC Fix Plus. At the moment, I have one of the limited edition items, but of course it's the same product. This one does have added scent to it. There's a variety of scents you can choose. The most important thing for me to explain in this one is that in spite of its name being Fix Plus, this is not a fixing spray, it is a setting spray. Fixing sprays are meant to extend the life of your makeup, think Urban Decay All-Nighter, whereas a setting spray is meant to actually add in moisture on top of all of your makeup, on top of your blush, bronzer, highlighter, so that you have a more natural look to your blush and highlighter. So it looks like it's your skin as opposed to blush sitting on top of your skin. But I gotta be honest about something. I have been using this again recently, whereas usually, you all know, usually my favorite is the Beekman 1802 Milkshake. I just absolutely recommend this over Max Fix Plus for those of you with dry skin. If you have oily skin, you are probably not going to like this as much as I do. Can you see the oily layer in it? That's an oil layer. Probably not for oily skin types. But ultimately, I like this so much more. It's just such a more fine mist. It does so much more in terms of giving a beautiful glow. And you know, the thing is, I was looking at the price per ounce. This is 8.2 fluid ounces of product. The MAC Fix Plus is 3.4. And they retail for about the same amount. So the thing is, this is a good time to pick up MAC Fix Plus if you do love this product, if you have oily skin perhaps. But if you have dry skin, this is still actually a better deal. Almost the same price, a lot more in the Beekman 1802. So just an interesting note, I just want to put that out there one more time. I try not to overhype the products that I love because, you know, we talked about this in Monday's video. No, there is no pony gift with purchase. Ulta needs to get on that though. Next up is the MAC Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation. I tried this a long time ago. I don't know if it's been reformulated, but I do feel this is another product where you're probably gonna like it the most if you have oily skin. All that said, again, I would be a hypocrite if I said this is not usable at all by dry-skinned people because right now I'm wearing powder foundation. Powder foundations, what's nice about them is that they're really easy and fast. I definitely see the appeal, but in general, as a dry-skinned person, I do prefer liquid foundations most of the time. 50% off the Tula Cult Classic Purifying Face Cleanser. Why does Tula love this so much? They just love this cleanser. They are convinced it is the best cleanser in the world. And I think it's just fine. It really smells like rose, which probably does create a bias for me as I don't like the smell of rose. But I don't see the hype with it. I have had so many gifts with purchase of this particular cleanser and I have given them all away because I don't get it. It's fine. It's fine. We have the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plumping Gloss. I don't think I've tried the plumping formula, but I did try the original and I did like it. I had the clear one. I used it up entirely and that's my only commentary. I do feel like I went through that product really quickly. I liked it. I just used it up quickly. And then we have the Persona Super Blush, which I have not tried, but that's not a bad price point at all, $11 for blushes, and I like that they have some interesting colors. Moving on to Monday, March 27th, we have the Shiseido Ultimate Sun Protector Lotion SPF 50+ sunscreen. I know a lot of people consider this to be their holy grail sunscreen. For me, I've talked about this a lot on this channel, the brand Shiseido does not work for my skin. I have no idea why, it just irritates my skin every time I use it. Throw in some chemical filters, this would be such a disaster for me. So this is one where I really need those of you who love this product to please comment why you love it. I just cannot test it. It is just a situation of allergies and my reactive skin type. I just can't tell you that much about it. I feel bad. I know some people love it. KVD Beauty, not to be confused with Kat Von D Beauty, because that is defunct. The Tattoo Pencil Eyeliner. Again, this is another product that I've just never tried. Again, comment if you have tried it. Thankfully, the next product I can talk about, Mented Cosmetics Semi-Matte Lipstick and Lip Liner. I love Mented. They have such intense pigments to their formulas, and yet it's still a very comfortable lipstick on. The one that I'm wearing today is Pretty in Pink. I love this because I love pink. They're also a Black-owned brand, so they go very deep in their lipstick options, which is wonderful to see. Entirely too many brands forget that a lot of people do have a deeper skin tone. Mented didn't forget. They did not leave out anyone. From Fresh, we have the Rose Deep Hydration Facial Toner, which is a beautiful product. It's a beautiful product. Remember how I said earlier in this video, we're just at the beginning of this video, you remember, I said I don't particularly like the smell of rose. Yeah, that's gonna make this one really hard for me to speak positively on. I can say it's beautiful, but I don't like the way it smells at all. I do have to say, I feel like when I read positive reviews on this, it is almost always about the packaging. You can see the rose petals in it. To be clear, I have forced myself to try this and I've honestly felt really underwhelmed. So it slightly hydrates my skin. Ultimately, I'm sorry to have to be so darn predictable, but I do feel if you really want a beautiful toner, oops, I just gave it away, slipped on the screen. If you want a beautiful toner that I feel is going to do a lot more for your skin, I gotta go with K-Beauty and the beautiful Pyongyang Black Tea Toner. Ugh. Look at how beautiful that packaging is. And I just feel like the ingredients give you so much more. It's thick, it's really thick. It's almost between an essence and a serum, but it does so much more for my skin. Again, haven't really done long-term trials with this. I do like their kombucha toner long-term trial of the new reformulation of that coming soon, but I just don't think this is anything all that special. It's just pretty. And then we have the Pure 4-in-1 Pressed Mineral Powder Foundation SPF 15. I actually personally did like this one more for my dry skin type versus the MAC that we talked about earlier. That said, I still don't own this right now. You all know my favorite is the Jane Iredale Powder Foundation, right? It's a lot more expensive though. This one is certainly more affordable. Don't count on this for SPF protection, of course. Of course. But as a powder foundation, I actually do like it. I do think it's well done. We have the Peter Thomas Roth Firm X Peeling Gel, which I do in fact have. Oh, Peter Thomas Roth, always promising really big claims in their products. So on this one, it says visibly exfoliates by rolling, lifting, and sweeping away. So the thing is, this is a peeling gel, and in case you're not familiar with what that means, that is where the product itself is a facial cleanser that has ingredients in it that when you put them on your skin, it interacts with the oils in your skin and forms these little balls. This is where things get really confusing for some people. Some people see that and think, oh my gosh, you can see all the dead skin coming off. But no, it's actually the product doing what it's supposed to do, creating these little balls that exfoliate. I don't like the wording on the packaging because I feel like it can be misunderstood. Visibly exfoliates, yes, that's true. It is visibly exfoliating, but I feel like people can perceive that as the dead skin. You all know I have been the same for ages on this channel. I don't like misinformation, and I feel like this kind of contributes to misinformation. Is it truthful on here? Yes, technically, but it can be perceived in a way that confuses people. Does that make sense? Anyway, you never need to pay this much for products like this. Even in the sale, $24.50 is still a lot more money than some of the Korean alternatives. And then from Bare Minerals, we have the All Over Face Color Loose Bronzer. I personally am done with my days of loose anything. Don't sneeze. Do not sneeze. You sneeze around these loose bronzers, it's gonna go flying everywhere. Anyway, it's a little messy. I know some people do enjoy this, but I'll go with pressed products. I'm good. Tuesday, March 28th, continuing in my tradition of de-influencing from products, the Sunday Riley Ice Ceramide Moisturizing Cream. Listen, I actually did like this, okay? It's up my alley. It's a thick, ceramide-rich, therefore restorative moisturizer. It does have a strong smell to it, so that's certainly something to know. But the thing is, how much will this be in the sale? $32.50. At the end of the day, I feel like there are just so many similar products to this. We certainly talked about one in Monday's video, my #1 product pick. It's just that it's not quite as revolutionary to me at this point with having tried so many moisturizers. Again, it's one that I liked, but I just don't feel the need to repurchase. I think it is far from the only ceramide moisturizer on the market. Next up is the L'Occitane Almond Shower Oil. I actually have tried this. I had a little mini sample of this. I thought it was a nice shower oil. It smells nice. I truly cannot remember why I don't buy from this brand. There's just so much to keep track of. There's so much. Anyway, it was fine. I just remember I don't buy from this brand, but I don't know why. Moving on to the Grande Cosmetics Grande Brow. Okay, I'll give you all my concise story of what happened to me with the Grande Lash product, which uses similar ingredients as the brow product, which is actually using prostaglandin analogs. Those are ingredients that kind of interact at a cellular level to encourage your hair to grow longer than it naturally does. What happened to me with Grande Lash is that I used it for almost 3 years. Looking back, I don't know how I stuck with it as long as I did. I absolutely believe in this product. I believe in what prostaglandin analogs do. You know, it's similar to Latisse. It works. I think almost everybody will see their lashes get longer, or brow hairs in this case. But the thing is, I did in fact have irritation. I definitely did have kind of a ring of redness around my eyes. And the bizarre thing in reflecting back on this is that I put up with this because my lashes looked so good. Vanity makes us make some very strange decisions. I continued to buy it because I loved my long lashes, and I thought, you know, I'll just put eyeliner over the redness. Anyway, but the problem I had is that at about 2.5 years, I noticed it wasn't really working that well. So I started, you know, and prior to that, I actually was only using it every other night. I found that was enough to still have good results. So I had to go back to using it every single night, but I still wasn't having good results like I originally did. In fact, my lashes were falling right out. So I finally gave up. I stopped. I'm just using the Ordinary's Lash and Brow Serum to this day. And no, I don't have the same length because that doesn't lengthen as effectively as prostaglandin analogs, but it's nice to have my lashes back. I am happy to see that the redness was reversible. I'm so happy. Again, I really don't know how I just put up with that. You want to know another strange trait? So I say that it's made to lengthen your lashes, but I also did notice some additional growth, which I assume is how the Grande Brow product is supposed to work. I was growing hairs on my eyelids. And again, because vanity can make us do bizarre things, I would just pluck them off. Do you know how painful it was? Do you know how painful it is to pluck hairs from your eyelashes? Oh, my wig is really getting in my eyes, isn't it? I have little hairs growing right here, plucked them out, pain. My nose would just start watering. I put up with all this. It's so bizarre. Anyway, my bottom line is I do think these work, but I think long-term studies are very, very needed. It is wild that we're not demanding that more, but I also get it because when you see the results, you just think, oh, I just want to keep having these super long, luscious lashes. Anyway, that's my story, just what happened to me. Feel free to share your experiences, especially because I'm really talking about Grande Lash and not Grande Brow, but I do hear it's the same formula. Let's move on to the targeted treatments, where I have a lot to say. Starting with the Klairs Freshly Juiced Vitamin C Drop, I think a lot of people will be really excited to be able to pick up this Korean beauty product for $11.50 in this sale. This is an ascorbic acid serum. There's a little bit of a catch though. It is only at 5%, and where we really see the results in terms of the research is at 15%. For now, as you know, my recommendation for a vitamin C serum still remains the Geek and Gorgeous Sea Glow, which is at the effective level and about the same price point. You just do have to make a larger order to hit their free shipping. Boscia Resurfacing Treatment Toner, that is one I have not tried. I have not tried that. Feel free to comment if you have. Origin's Plant Scription Multi-Powered Anti-Aging Peptide Serum. I have tried this. I have discovered that my skin does not do as well with Origin's. Again, you know, I have a bit of a more reactive skin type. It is a heavily scented product because it's Origin's. I feel like blaming Origins for their strong scents is like blaming a dog for being, you know, really excited. They just can't help it. Origins just can't help it with the strong scents in their products. Philosophy's Hope in a Jar Biome Balance Glow Serum. Oh, y'all, who remembers when I got this back in PR a while ago when this first released, and I could not keep my mouth shut about how mad I was at this product. This product, I kid you all not, it is marked $46 today, meaning this will be $23 in the sale, which is not a bad price point. But when I first got this, I went to the Sephora website. I could not believe how expensive this was. I want to say it was $78 to $98, somewhere in that price range. And it just didn't make sense to me. The disconnect between the formula, the claims, and the price point was just too massive. It is so important for brands to get their price point for the expectations of a product correct. It has to line up. You can't just put arbitrary price tags on products. Imagine, for example, if you went to the supermarket and bananas were $10. You wouldn't buy them, you would switch to another fruit. And sure, there's outliers. Yes, Lucille Bluth will probably buy the $10 banana, but the rest of us are gonna be mad about it. We are going to be mad about the $10 bananas. I received it. I thought it was fine. It was fine. Okay, it's got, what do they claim? Prebiotics with biotechnology. You know what else has prebiotics with biotechnology in it? My oatmeal. My oatmeal. My Quaker oatmeal. Absolutely. Prebiotics are fiber. Do we know that putting fiber on your face does anything for it? I have not yet seen someone make a Fiber One mask. Although, let me not give people ideas. Anyway, long story short, I got this product. I was really mad about it in several videos. Do you all remember? Somewhere in a What's New in Skincare, I even said someday this will be in the 21 Days of Beauty, and at that price point, it might be worth it if you need an antioxidant serum. But for the price that it originally was, it just had me so mad. Anyway, I don't get any more PR from Philosophy. You know, I just cannot help but have my opinion come rushing out of my mouth. It's not even that I'm over here going, oh, let me make sure I'm being honest about how I feel. No, it just absolutely comes out. Sometimes I wonder if I should have more of a filter, but alas, I don't think my opinion is the end-all be-all. If anybody has a great experience with this, feel free to share it. Again, I'm not the end-all be-all, but my opinion, whew. And then we have, from Perricone MD, Cold Plasma Plus the Essence. I love the Cold Plasma line. It is one of few lines that I like to use together. The thing is, I'm a little perturbed about this essence being released because I have never felt that I need more from the Cold Plasma collection. You know, when I use the serum, moisturizer, and eye cream together, that's been great. I love it. I've just never felt like I need more, especially $179 more. You never pay full price for Perricone MD though. You all know that, right? You never pay full price. You should always pay 50% off, in fact. So I don't know, this one is a bit strange for me because I love the collection. It has great ingredients. It does have great ingredients. But why did they feel the need to release an essence? Were people begging for that? Were people going, you know what we need? An essence in this line? I don't think so. I wasn't. I certainly wasn't. The last item on this day really does have me tempted, even though I know I don't need it. And it is the Jane Iredale Pure Pressed Blush. $16 for these. Listen, Jane Iredale has to be one of the most underrated brands. They're also really expensive, which makes this kind of appealing, you know, $16 for a blush. But I just don't need blush. I gotta talk myself out of buying more blush all the time. I could buy all the blush. And where am I gonna put it? I only have one face. Sometimes I add blush to my cart thinking, oh, I don't know, maybe I can paint the walls of my house with the extra blush. You're not gonna do that, Alice. You're not gonna do that. Get the blush out of your cart. Wednesday, March 29th, we have the Exuviance facial peels. So there's actually two options in here. One is the retinol peel, which I don't understand why anybody would buy because you don't need retinols to be in a peel format. It's a topical product, a leave-on, just let it be what it is. But I do like the AP25 peel. I have tried this in the past, went through a whole box of them, and I did like it. I feel it's a good alternative to the kind of stronger peels, Dr. Dennis Gross. It's not quite as strong, but it is actually effective. So I do like it. It is expensive, and I would always recommend you buy it in this sale where I've seen it before. The Urban Decay Cosmetics 24/7 eyeshadow is back. I just absolutely cannot justify buying these single eyeshadows at this point in my life. I have way too many palettes. I'm pretty convinced I have every color under the sun. But I know a lot of people do really like these. In all truth, it probably is a better idea to go back to the old school way of eyeshadow where you pick your favorite colors and that's what you use. That's a better idea for some people, I should say, because some people don't like to change up their eyeshadow. They like to use what works for them, and so I can really see this being for some people. It just truthfully isn't me, and that's okay. It's okay for people to have different preferences. Then we have the Dermalogica Daily Glycolic Cleanser, which somewhere I have a sample of. Oh, here it is. So products like this, here's what I'll say about this. This is an AHA-based cleanser. With AHA cleansers, I do like them occasionally because I have to be cautious with AHAs. So I think that these can really have a place. You know, cleansers will always give you kind of more muted effects compared to leave-on products, but you should use that to your advantage. That's what I do with benzoyl peroxide. I hate that ingredient as a leave-on. Hate it. And yet I love it in a cleanser because that's where it works for me. The PMD Personal Microderm Classic is back. You know, I have never felt the desire to buy this because I have truly always thought the shape of this doesn't look right. I mean, you would probably have to have it lying horizontal on your sink, which seems it would take up a lot of space. I feel like if you tried to stand it up, it would fall over. Am I right? But as always, comment if you do like that. Clinique Moisture Surge Sheer Tint SPF 25 Tinted Moisturizer. I haven't tried this. I'm almost surprised I haven't tried this because as a Diamond member at Ulta, we get the annual coupon for a Clinique item of our choice. Y'all know. But I haven't tried this one. I don't know. I haven't. Comment if you have. And then the Dermablend Flawless Creator Liquid Foundation Drops. I was reading through the reviews on these. You know, the problem with this kind of product is that what it is it's a very concentrated foundation. You are meant to drop a little bit into something like a moisturizer and blend that into your skin once mixed. The reality is, easier said than done. That is way easier said than done. I've always felt like Dermablend is a little bit more of a kind of professional makeup brand, so it kind of does make sense. Something like this can be great for makeup artists, but I don't feel that most of us probably need it. You have to ask yourself, are you going to want to mix your foundation into your moisturizer every day, which does take time. And as a consequence, the reviews on it, they're pretty bad. Pretty bad. It seems a lot of people really did not like it. Again, though, I think it has a place. I just think that place is probably makeup professionals. Thursday, March 30th, the Benefit Porefessional Primers are back. We talked about this earlier in this sale. or at least a similar product. It is another pore-filling primer. The best way to use this is to push it into your pores, just tap, and what happens is it fills your pores so that you have an even canvas for applying your makeup. I don't think every person necessarily needs a product like this, but I do get the appeal. Philosophy Purity Cleanser is back. I have had so many minis of this, and I've never objected, because every sample of this that I am given instantly becomes a brush cleanser. It's not my favorite cleanser. I also don't hate it. I don't hate it, I just feel that it's okay, but to its credit, 12 ounces for $16.50 in this sale. This makes this so affordable, at least in terms of price per ounce. That is a great price. If you need to stock up on cleanser, it's fine. It gets the job done. It's not too harsh. Again, it could be a little more gentle in my personal opinion, but it is a really good price point. Saint Tropez Self Tan Purity Bronzing Water Face Mist is back. Y'all know I just cannot help you with self-tanning products. And then we do have something that is very exciting. We have Nabla palettes. Oh my goodness, I love Nabla palettes. Okay, so I actually have a total of 5 of these. I wore this one, the Read My Mind palette, in last week's video. Apologies that I'm not wearing one today. That will be revealed in this video as to why. I will explain. But I also wanted to say I do have a clear favorite from Nabla, and it is the Secret palette. The formula on this is just absolutely stellar. It is absolutely a beautiful, beautiful formula. You can make gorgeous looks from this. You get just enough of these kind of more bright colors, but overall, maybe you can see that it is kind of a more neutral leaning palette. But the reason I love this one so much is that the way this wears is just so pretty. It's so pretty. It has, you know how Natasha Denona eyeshadows do this thing where they kind of blend themselves throughout the day? Have any of you noticed this? I get the hype with Natasha Denona, but very expensive brand. This particular palette does that for me. Now, again, I should say I do have dry skin, so if you have oily skin, I have no idea if this is as long wearing for you. Feel free to comment. But for me, one of my favorite palettes. And then the Glam Glow Bright Eyes Illuminating Anti-Fatigue Eye Cream. I remember this having a strong scent, I think. I tried this a while ago. It has been a while since I used Glam Glow products. So if any of you have used them more recently, feel free to comment. Moving on to March 30th, which is the day that I am tempted to do my points haul. So It Cosmetics, a surprise steal. I wonder if it will be the No Tug eyeliners. Does anyone have experience with those? And then the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Eye Base Primer and Moisturizer. This is an interesting product because it is very emollient, so I don't really see it as much of an eye base, except strategically for their eyeshadows. But for, you know, powder eyeshadows, it's not a great base. You want something that's going to dry more. But this is really nice for not just on your eyelids, but under your eyes. First Aid Beauty Ingrown Hair Pads with BHA and AHA. Have not tried? Feel free to comment if you have. Tula, the other hyped Tula product, the 24/7 Moisture Hydrating Day and Night Cream. I do have a mini of this. I forgot to grab it, but it's a thicker cream. It's fine. But again, I feel like there are just so many thicker cream moisturizers that I personally prefer. I kind of see the appeal with this one, but I just would never personally repurchase it. Here's one that I need your opinions on. Morphe Select Aerial Brush Sets. Let me say really quickly, I cannot believe that I'm contemplating buying from Morphe. I have Morphe brushes and they were so overhyped. Just so overhyped at one point. I've heard that these Ariel brush sets are really nice. Is it true? Is it true, or is this another case of just a ton of hype around Morphe? What was with the hype on this brand? Aren't they going out of business? I have no idea. I just don't keep up because I never thought the brand was super special. To quickly go through the app-only steals, Estée Lauder Pure Color Illuminating Shine Lipstick. I don't think I've tried this one. I do like Estée Lauder's lipsticks, beautiful formula. Estée Lauder is great at makeup too, but I don't think I've tried that one. Moon Juice. When did Moon Juice come to Ulta, by the way? The Plump Jelly Hyaluronic Serum will be $29 in this sale. Y'all, You have to see the description on this one. But Moon Juice, why are you like this? Why are you like this? Is this really what anybody is asking for in their hyaluronic acid serum? Is anybody out here going, do you know what I want my hyaluronic acid serum to do? I want it to tell me, I finally understand Tues lateralis. We are all swinging from the spiral of our own divinity. It's the same universal spiral that connects us all. I just want my serum to do serum-y things, that's all. Just do serum-y things. Petite and Pretty Mascara and Brow Gel. This brand has been popping up more and more in the 21 Days of Beauty, but I think this is kind of a younger geared brand. I don't know, I haven't tried them. Volition Turmeric Polish and Getaway Glow Body Moisturizer. So I do have a mini of the turmeric polish, and this is a physical exfoliator. I like this one. I actually am kind of thinking about grabbing another. It is a bit more intense than some other options, but still nowhere near St. Ives. It's just a nice physical exfoliator. Lots of cleansing options this week, aren't there? So yeah, hopefully you can see that. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Kinship Self Smooth 10% Glycolic Resurfacing Serum. Again, be cautious. Do not buy too many of these AHA products and then use them all at once. I am telling you firsthand, you will regret it. It is probably fine if you're looking for a 10% glycolic. That looks like a toner. That looks like a toner that's labeled as a serum. I haven't tried it. Feel free to comment if you have. But see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Watch this. The very next product is the Dermalogica Clear Start Breakout Clearing Liquid Peel, which has 10% AHA and 2% BHA. You could so overdo AHAs in this sale. The Boscia Green Tea Oil-Free Moisturizer, that might be a really nice product for oily skin. Green tea is a great ingredient for helping to not block oil from, or not block sebum production, but rather to balance the skin. So it might be nice. Comment if any of you have tried it. And then the Hey Honey Relax Propolis and Honey Soothing Cream. I don't hear that much about this brand, but I do have to admit, I do like propolis. I do like honey. $23.50 in the sale. Comment if any of you have tried it. And my friends, our last day of this sale, Saturday, April 1st. Ooh, I gotta get my April Fool's pranks planned out. Nothing mean, as usual. Please take note, pharmacy. We'll come up with something that's just lighthearted fun. So we have a surprise steal from Giorgio Armani. Wouldn't it be funny if it's the Acqua di Gioia? Gioia? Not that good at pronouncing these French names, but you know that. Obviously, I do really like this one. It's a nice kind of fresh, almost green aquatic scent. It's very interesting. It's very nice. You've probably smelled it by this point. By the way, I don't actually know these are the items, but I saw someone say on Reddit that the very first day this sale went live, the app actually showed everything, and they've been right about everything else, which is why I suspect they're probably right about these surprise steals. Lancome's Lash Idol. This is actually one of my favorite mascaras. It is kind of one of those that's more for natural, everyday mascara. It's really fast and easy to apply though, because you have this plastic bristle wand, which is great for separating. You don't really get clumping with this. And because of this unique shape, because it has kind of this arch to it, it helps with lifting your lashes. So if you're somebody like me who can't be bothered with using a lash curler, you get a subtle lift. It just kind of makes you look more put together, and it's just quick and easy. Not the most volumizing, good for separation though, and it wears well in general. I would say Lancome is, as a brand, makes mascaras that stay all day. Tarte Shape Tape, both the full coverage and the ultra creamy. I love the ultra creamy, but I've got to tell you about what I don't like about it. Do you see this? So I used this today, and I always wipe this off after using because this happens every time. Do you see everything collecting all over it? But I let it sit so I could show you all what I feel is the con. I don't know why the packaging does this. It seems to encourage you to use too much, and I just don't think you need a ton of concealer, just a little hint here and there. I do like it though, and 16 in Fair Light Neutral is actually a really great color for under my eyes. But I already have a backup of that. I think that's, oh, that was my diamond product that I chose last year. That's right. Clinique Select Cleansers. Now, typically, I'm not the biggest fan of Clinique's cleansers as well as toners, but I did actually buy this all-in-one cleansing micellar milk and makeup remover not too long ago. It's not called a micellar water, it's called a micellar milk. And it is kind of more of a micellar lotion, actually. And as a product, it's fine. It does work really well, but I found myself not really using it. However, let me tell you what happened this morning. If any of you ever had a bad makeup day where you just get so frustrated with your makeup that you take all of it off and start all over again, that happened to me today. I don't even know what happened. I know I forgot primer, and things just went downhill from there. So I had this sitting in front of me because I was planning on filming this, obviously, and I thought, well, let me try it for this. Let me see if it can just help me start all over again. And it worked so well. It worked so well. It was gentle, it removed everything, and we started all over with a, much more natural makeup look because I ain't got all the time in the world. That certainly is a very specific use, so I don't necessarily know if you need to get it, but I can tell you it works, and it works well. Our very last product is one from Strivectin. This is the Peptide Tightening Neck Serum Roller. When I first saw this in the sale, I was over here going, oh, I finished that. But I didn't really think about it and I realized, no, I didn't. I finished one from Dermalogica. I have another similar concept from Obagi. Now, the thing with these products is they are always nice to use. The roller's nice. I like that usually they lock so you can actually clean off your roller, so don't worry that I just got foundation all over mine. It's locked. I can clean it. But at the same time, I do kind of feel these are a little gimmicky because it's just a serum. It says it's for your neck, but your neck does not know the difference between a product labeled neck serum and another serum. I promise you it doesn't. And if you want a roller, as always, feel free to comment on anything in this video, on your opinions on any of these products. That is it. We've come to the end. As always, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this series. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all next time.